a bit. Okay. Right. Hi guys, Essex Electrical Training here again, and today I'd like to talk to you about tray. Okay, tray here, you know, this is light duty tray. It's just a single side. It's stuff that you'll use probably in your college, and it's pretty useful. What's the applications? Well, if you're running an armoured cable, for instance, or even 2 armoured cables, 3 or 4, or whatever, then if it's, you know, a sizable run, you know, even 4 or 5 metres, then yes, if you're running along the wall, you can use cleats, but they're a pain. It never looks really neat on cleats. It's much better to run it on a bit of tray, a bit of unistrut at the back, and then tie wrap it to the tray. Remember to use the occasional metal tie wrap that still applies even if it's out in the open. It looks a lot neater, it's a lot quicker. So it's pretty useful stuff. They do light duty, which is this. They do medium duty, where you've got one sort of little turn at the top, and they do heavy duty, where it's got a full turn and it goes down, and it's a lot thicker metal as well. So light duty, you can bend and everything. Medium duty, you can do it as well, but it's a bit more work, and they do a lot of bends for medium and heavy duty, so, you know, why would you bother? But if you've got a straight run, then that's great, but you do have to bend it. Now, what's the thing that's confusing, if you like, is that let's say that you're coming up and you've got to do a double set. Well, what they teach you in a lot of colleges, and I've got to say, even in the City and Guilds assessment, they say if you're doing a double set, then basically this is how you should do it. You should, you know, just cut the sides and bend it, and, you know, that's a great double set, fantastic. But let me just get a piece for just a moment. So, as I said, what goes on tray is, you know, armoured, and this is MIMS cable. So let's look at this little piece of armoured. How's that going to go there? It bends up like that. You put cable ties. It looks awful. Even MIMS, that won't even mould to it. It's just not the way to do it. Also, if you've got tray and it's above, say, a full ceiling. So there it is above the full ceiling. You're on your steps. You're feeling away up there and all that. And look at you know, that could catch on your ring or on your watch. I know I shouldn't be wearing watches and rings, but I never take my wedding ring off. And the watch, I'm an old boy, I'm afraid. So I come from the day before mobile phones, when we needed a watch to tell the time. But anyway, so you can catch it on there, sharp edges. It's just not the way to do it. But that's how you're taught with a vast majority of places. If you do have to do a right angle, now what they do is they do, you can make it yourself. It's a straight bit of say 5mm bar steel, and you put a slot in it, and you can, you know, turn. And what it does is when you're doing a right angle, it makes all this crinkly, so it goes around. You know, it does the job. Not very nice to look at though. And what about if you're doing external bends? Well, what they teach you is to do this. I mean, do a load of axle cuts and all that. Well, number one, I mean, that is just out and out. It's just no good. Also, it's lost all its strength as well. So, that's not how you do it. How you do cable tray, it's a bit more work, but not a lot more work when you get used to doing it. What you do is, on most sites, they will have scaffolding around, and you can use the scaffolding, or what you could do is cut a piece of scaffolding. Okay, that's like that. Now, before you say, oh, here he goes, we've got to drag that around in our toolbox. Well, you haven't. You just keep that for whenever you want it. And I've done it, this is 100mm light duty, so what it does, it fits on the inside of that. I've got the benefit of a vise, but as I say, if you've got scaffolding on the site, you only need one end, so you can do it. Using a scaffolding. And what you're going to do is form it round. We're going to do that double set, but I'm not going to cut the sides. I'm going to form it round. So let's say that I want the double set let's say to go here, I'm going to do, I want it to bend, say, well, let's say we're going to bend it there, okay, across there, and then I want the other set to say nice, easy turn around, and we'll do that there, okay? So, let's form the first one. In each case, what you're doing is you want to thin the sides out of it. So what I'll do is I'm just going to thin that around, just to make a mark where I want to go. So that one is there, that one is there, that one is there, and that one is there. As I say before, always think about what you want to do first. So before you cut it or before you do anything to it. So what you're going to do is you want this to lift up and then go along like that. So this one is going to be internal. What we do is, in all cases, you thin the sides out a bit. This is, as I say, this is a weir hammer, but you want a hammer with a flat top. It's much, much easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to thin the sides out. You'll notice that it splays out slightly. There's nothing wrong with that. And then make a nice neat job. All I'm going to do is start forming that around. And so you're going to do it, you want it to bend much more than you actually want it to finish up, because obviously when you straighten it out, it takes a bit of the bend out. So you might think, oh, I haven't made any progress there. It's not bent a lot, but it's all about patience and time. So I'll just form it around again. Now that is a lot more than I actually want it, obviously, but when you flatten it out again, it will straighten out. So, we're starting to get the bend of our double set now. So that's, you know, facing up. Looks a lot neat. It's not lost any of its strength at all, and it's a nice, easy double set. So now what we do is the other side. The other side is easier to a certain extent, because what you're doing is a lot more thinning of the metal, and then it'll bend round naturally. But anyway. I'm doing it a lot more than I actually need. That's going on the slightly to the side, so a bit more this side required. So I put a bit more in this one. I want it to kick up a bit more, so give it a twist. It's a bit skew with. That's it. Put a bit more in this one. Anyway, yeah, you get the idea. You could carry on, you can make it perfect and all that, but we haven't got all day. I'll just but you can see that's lost none of its strength. It's an easy passage for all your cables to go around. There's your armoured cable. There's your armoured cable there, all sticks to it, a nice table right there. It will go around there easily. Same with your MIMS. I mean, I choose to maybe dress after it, but I can't leave it. I have to just dress it down. The only thing is, what you should remember as well is when you've done the bend, just go round with a file along the top, because obviously you've thinned the metal out and it might be, you know, sharp. So just take the edge off it like that. But that's it. That's the way it should be done. Okay, because they've lost none of its strength. It looks neater. There's no sharp edges that you're going to catch things on, and that's what. And you can carry on. I mean, you've got this one. This one is an external bend. That's, look. There's no strength lost in that. I've tapped that all the way around. There's an internal one. It works just the same. So there's an internal one that goes all the way around. It's just a matter of forming it on a tough surface. And as I say, I've done it many times on a bit of scaffolding. All right, so it's you know, it's no hardship. So there we are. Light duty tray. If you're in a college, surprise your tutor by doing it that way, and he'll you know, wonder what it's all about. But it's not just cutting into the side. It's not the way to do it. Okay, so we'll see you next time. Thanks very much for watching, and this has been Essex Electrical Training. Bye for now.